Hi guys, Denise here. I'm going to spend a few minutes today showing you some simple stretches that you can do. Take 5 minutes, 10 minutes out of your day and do these. You can either do them a few times a week, do them after you do a workout. It'll help stretch you out, calm you down, meditate for a little bit. If you've had a stressful day, these will be great for you to do really anywhere because you don't need a whole lot of room to get these done. So first we're going to start cross-legged on the floor. Find a position that's comfortable for you. If you need to and you're not that flexible, I am definitely not one of the most flexible people in the world, you can put your feet out further in front of you, whatever is comfortable. Stretching is all about what is comfortable for you. Yoga is the same way. I know the poses look great. But not everybody can get into those poses. Some people can never get into those poses. So it's all about being in the moment with yourself. What is comfortable for you? Stretching should not hurt. It's going to be uncomfortable, but it should not hurt you. We do not want to get you injured by stretching. This is one of those things where more is not better. You want to get just a little bit uncomfortable, but you don't want to stretch so hard that you hurt yourself. So we're going to sit here for a few minutes, cross-legged, put your hands on your knees, get your chest up, shoulders back, keep your back straight, and just sit here for a few minutes. Close your eyes if you want to. Just enjoy the moment. Take your breathing down, slow it down. Forget about anything that happened during the day. Just be in the moment. Take a few minutes for yourself and don't worry about anything that has to be done. Nothing is going on right now. You are sitting here, relaxing, and getting ready to stretch. If you have your phone with you, you can always set a timer. Watch a clock, but just be steady. Sit here as long as you want to. Next, you are going to turn to your left, and we're going to do a little bit of a stretch. So you're going to take your right hand, put it on your left knee. Your left hand comes back behind you, and you're going to do a little bit of a stretch. Don't push this and crank too hard. You just want to feel the stretch. Keep your back straight. Twist to whatever is comfortable for you. Your twist may be different than mine. You may be more bendy than me, and you can stretch a little bit more, but get a good twist. The bulk of your weight should remain in your sit bones, so like your bottom. The back hand should have very little weight in it. It's just using it to balance yourself. Hold that for about 30 seconds. Release it and come back to center. We want to sit here for a minute, kind of wiggle it out, feel comfortable, get back to center. Then we're going to turn to the other side. So take your opposite arm, put it on your opposite knee, take your hand back behind you, give it a good twist, but again, it should not hurt. Don't wrench yourself because we don't want to pull anything or make this painful. So sit here, hold the stretch for a minute. Keep your back straight. Take a deep breath. As you exhale, see if you can turn just a little bit more. Still be comfortable, but uncomfortable. Hold that for a little bit. Release, and then come back to center. A lot of times, I want to mention real quick, a lot of times you'll see people at the gym do quick little stretches before they work out, and that doesn't really do a whole lot of good. To get a good benefit from a stretch, you really have to hold it for 30 seconds, 45 seconds to a minute. So think about that as you're holding through these stretches. All right, the next thing we're going to do, we're going to come down on our back. So swing to the side if you want. Come all the way down. You are going to take one knee to your chest and extend the other leg straight out in front of you. So take your right knee to your chest. You can either hold on to the top of your knee or interlace your fingers behind your knee. This is probably a little bit safer, especially if you are not flexible like me, and it takes the pressure off of your knee. So take your knee to your chest, your opposite leg, you are going to make it as straight as you can. Really push down on your heel. Push that down to the floor. Push your calf down to the floor if you can. Again, I am not flexible, but I can sometimes get my legs down depending on how warm I am. If you can't get there, if it's too uncomfortable, keep it bent up just a little bit because you're still going to get a stretch. You want to feel a stretch in the top of your extended leg, and you want to feel it in the side and back of your hip of the knee that you have to your chest. So hold that for a little bit. Release both, kick both feet to the floor, and then we want to switch sides. So grab your opposite knee, your left knee, take it to your chest, extend your right knee straight out in front of you. Give a little pull behind your knee, but not too much. You want to feel it in your hip, the back of your leg. And then you want to feel it again on the top of your leg and the one that you have extended. Push your heel down to the floor. Push your calf down to the floor. Really engage that leg. You're not necessarily relaxed, but you're still stretching those muscles when you engage them. Keep your back flat on the floor. Don't arch it. And release. Okay, we're going to stay down here for a minute. I want you to bend both of your knees, put your feet on the floor. Then you're going to take your right ankle and put it on the top of your left knee. For some of you, this may be enough for you to feel a stretch in the outside of your right leg. To give yourself a little bit more of a stretch, take your right hand and push your knee just a little bit. You'll feel a little bit more of a stretch there. You can hold that for 30 seconds if that's giving you enough of a stretch. You want to take your, make sure your foot is actually flexed. Don't point your toes. You want to flex your foot. It gives you a little bit more of a stretch, and it takes out the stretch and tension in your knee. If you want to give yourself a little bit more of a stretch, lift your head up off of the floor, interlace your fingers behind your knee. You can lay your head back down on the floor, and then give a little pull to get that knee closer to your chest, and you're going to feel a nice stretch in your right hip. Hold this for as long as is comfortable for you. It should feel pretty good for some of these stretches. Again, they're going to be uncomfortable, but when you're done, it's going to feel great. All right, so let's switch it up. Again, put both feet on the floor. Take your left ankle to your right knee. Flex your foot. Hold this position if it's comfortable for you. If you want a little more, take your left hand, push out on your knee so you feel a little bit more of a stretch. For those of you who want a little bit more of a stretch, and you can, interlace your fingers behind your right knee. Keep your head on the floor and give yourself a little bit of a pull. Remember to keep your foot flexed. Safer that way. Hold it for a good 30 seconds. Feel that good stretch. You don't want to fight these stretches. You don't want to be completely loose. Just kind of give into it a little bit. Accept the stretch, I guess might be a good word. And don't pull too hard. We don't want to make this too uncomfortable. All right, release that. Put both feet on the floor. Take both knees to your chest. Give yourself a little bit of a squeeze. Hold on to your knees. You can rock back and forth. Give yourself a little bit of a massage in your back. Loosen your back up a little bit. Hold those knees to your chest. Feel a squeeze come in. And slowly sit yourself back up or roll to your side and sit up. Come again seated on the floor with your feet crossed. And again, we're just going to sit here for a few minutes. Enjoy the last few seconds we have of quiet time to ourselves, and know that you had an awesome workout with your stretch, and I hope you guys enjoyed this. Use it as often as you need to, and I'll see you next time. Have a great night.